live in the studio are two sparkling chefs. First, before they go out, it's the man whose restaurant is currently inside the Intercontinental Hotel. Yeah, he's looking pretty out. He's part of the gastronomic shrine for the very best of Italian food has to offer. It's the fabulous Mr. Theo Randall. There you go. No expense spared with these sparklers.
Amazing.
Quick,
they're so small.
Quick, BBC budget. And next to him is the chef behind the award-winning top food of the London restaurant Odette's. It's the pride of Wales. It's Bryn Dyfor Williams.
Dwyfor, nearly.
Dwyfor?
It's Welsh, sorry.
Anyway, it's David, really. Anyway, good morning to you both. So,
good morning.
Theo, what are you cooking for us then?
Well, I'm doing a bonfire night special. I'm doing bangers. So I'm doing a spicy Italian sausage pasta with penne and pancetta and Swiss chard, bit of cream, bit of parmesan.
Swiss chard, you can actually grow it in your garden as well. It's fantastic stuff. Comes in a variety of different colours you can buy from the supermarket.
Amazing colours, but it's a really... I'm using the stalks. It's got a sort of sweetness in the stalks. So
there you go. So, classic Italian dish, 2A, classic...
British dish.
British dish.
Braised beef, using the cheek of the animal, cooking for 3 to 4 hours, nice and soft, mashed potato, plenty of butter in there, and a nice parsley salad to go with it. So,
now, the thing about these sort of beef cheeks, they're quite substantial, aren't they? They're big. Massive.
They're big. You can get 2 portions of that one. But we're putting a parsley salad there to counterbalance all the butter you're going to put into the mash.
This is why I keep inviting him back again. So 2 brilliant bonfire night recipes from our chefs today, and of course we've got a great lineup of foodie films from the BBC's archive. Today we've got helpings from Rick Stein, the Great British Menu, and of course the fabulous Mr. Keith Floyd. Now our special guest is part of pop royalty. There you go. And he's literally here to spice things up this morning. So I couldn't resist that one. It was only a little pun. Please welcome to Starter Kitchen. It's the fabulous Mr. Melanie C. I'll start that again. Right. Melanie C. Yeah. Now, actually, we've met before. I didn't want to tell you this.
I know.
This morning, but
OK.
we met before.
Go on, then.
1998.
Yeah.
When you were the height of the Spice Girls, because you had been there, what, 2 years? 2 years?
Yeah, 96 was the first single, yeah.
Yeah, 1998. Mm-hmm. Children in Need.
OK.
You opened Children in Need.
Right.
You did the performance.
Do you like this? I'm like, OK, did I? OK, no, yes, I remember. We did Children in Need. I'm trying to think, what song was it? Do you remember?
Yeah. I don't know what... It was Goodbye,
no.
yeah.
Oh, it was Goodbye?
Yeah.
Is someone telling you that in your ear?
No, it was Goodbye. It was Goodbye. And I wore a red G-string. Now you've woken up, you see. There you go. You don't remember?
No, isn't that terrible?
You opened the show
James
and
Martin in a red G-string. How can anyone forget that?
Trust me, they can now look like a space opera.
But, why?
But now...
Was this just at home? Or?
Well, no, I did the full Monty for Children in Need.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I remember that.
No, you don't remember that.
No, I do remember some people doing the full Monty. Isn't that terrible?
So I was dressed in a security guard outfits, and you and Mel B asked for directions to the toilets. That's my claim to fame. That was it.
Don't you think this sounds like a dream?
No, that was definitely
a bit random.
Anyway, of course, you're here to cook, because I've been shouted at me here. At the end of today's programme, either cook Food Heaven or Food Hell, Melanie. It was something based on your favourite ingredient, Food Heaven, or your nightmare ingredient, Food Hell. Now, it's up to our studio guests and some of our viewers to decide what you'll be eating. Yes. So, Food Heaven, what would it be?
Well, I love fish and seafood, and if I go out to eat and scallops are on the menu, I will always pick them.
Sounds good to me. And what about the dreaded Food Hell?
Well, there's not many things I don't like, actually. I kind of like everything. But I'm not really into game, and I like crispy duck from the Chinese, but I don't like... I'd never pick, like, a duck breast on a menu.
There you go.
And you know when you eat your boyfriend's or your partner's food, if he had duck, I wouldn't bother.
You wouldn't
so
bother.
That means, you know.
There you go. So either scallops or duck for Melanie. For Food Heaven, I've got something a little special. Take a look at this. First, I'm going to season the scallops, brush them with olive oil, quickly sear them in a fiercely hot pan, and then serve with pickled asparagus, carrots, lime butter sauce, and pieces of mango jelly.
Pickled asparagus?
Yes.
Never had that before.
Yeah, well, the boys like... And I'd say that was a great local dish, Rick, and I'm always keen to celebrate regional dishes in this country, especially desserts. And one of the things that brings a smile to anyone's face is this dish. It's Eton mess. But this is a sort of variant of it. It's got the same ingredients in it, but it's just done in a nice... I think looks nicer rather than just a dollop on a plate.
Don't you be messing with Eton mess, because it's one of my favourites.
Right, OK. So this is actually Eton mess. First thing you do, start off with the meringue. I've got 8 egg whites in there, 450 grams of caster sugar. In here as well, I'm going to then caramelise some caster sugar for the top. So this is just normal caster sugar in a pan. We'll start to caramelise that. And I'm also going to make a strawberry sauce, because Eton mess is obviously strawberries, meringue and cream. Cream's whipped there with a touch of vanilla in. The strawberries, I'm just going to blend and make a sauce out of it. which gets blitzed in there. So straight in, ice and sugar, tiny bit of water. Don't need too much. Now these are English strawberries, still in season.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely, still in season now. And then we just basically chop these into a nice little puree. Now, when I was reading about you, 1996 was when the Spice Girls all kicked off.
Yeah.
But you were part of the original lineup. It was like the Beatles. One left, you joined, massive success. Is that right?
It was really like the Beatles, yeah. No, originally we were auditioned. There was a management company auditioning for a girl band, and I went along to the audition, and I had a recall, but unfortunately I was ill at the time, so I wasn't able to make it. So they picked the 5 girls, and the 5 girls didn't include me or Emma Bunton.
Right.
And I think they did a little bit of work together, and they felt like one of the girls didn't work out, so they invited me down to meet the girls. And from that day, I became part of the band. And then, yeah, later on down the line, we got Emma in when somebody else wasn't really working out, and it kind of... I think it was once it was us 5, the chemistry was that great, that's when we kind of, you know, really knew that we had something special.
I mean, special it was, because, you know, I was reading a bit more about it. 53 million albums.
So they say.
53 million albums?
Yeah.
It's pretty...
You couldn't
He's
do
got
that
one.
You can decide it later.
Yeah.
I think Theo's got 1 million of them.
But, you know, there's probably, you know, not many artists who will ever do that again, because the music industry's changed so much that people just don't buy as many albums as they used to, you know?
Yeah. But it was, I mean, such a big, massive success almost instantly, because the first 2 years you got sort of 23 million albums or something like that.
It was insane. From the first single, I think we went in at number 3, and then with Wannabe, then it went to number 1. It stayed there for 7 weeks, and then every other single, you know, our first Christmas number 1, we had 3 Christmas number 1s in the end, and there was only 1 single. Have you burnt that?
No, I've not burnt it. It's just lightly caramelised. But when they're talking about music in the music industry, you said it's changed a lot. There's not many people who success worldwide as well. A lot of Americans that come over and maybe just hit America, and that's all they need to hit.
Yeah, well, you know, we were so fortunate to be an international act, and, yeah, to break America was, you know, always the biggie. And I think now, you know, that's really stood me in good stead as a solo artist, because I still do work a lot in Europe, and it enables me to keep touring and making music.
And talking about work a lot in, well, you're doing a new tour, which starts in this month?
Yeah, November the 28th, yeah, I start over in Cologne.
Yeah.
And it's just a short leg before Christmas. We're doing 8 shows, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, 1 in Liverpool, 1 in London. And, yeah, hopefully more next year if things keep going well.
And Germany's a massive market for you as well.
It is, thankfully, yeah. The wonderful Germans, yeah, they've been very loyal supporters of mine. And it's the 2nd biggest market in the music industry after America, so it's a handy one to have, yeah.
Handy one to have as well. So I've basically just got the meringue here. Now, the way that you do this is you basically just take a little bit of paper, press that down.
That's a good little trick, isn't it?
Well, glue it,
Because
otherwise it looks like the National
everywhere.
Lottery balls whizzing around a convection oven as it flies all over once it cooks and gets nice and light. And all you do is that. Straight in the oven. Wants to go in there for about sort of...
Do you put a bit of vinegar in your eggs?
No, vinegar or corn flour will make it sticky.
OK.
You can actually do that, but this will become sticky anyway because it's nice and thin, this one. So I've got my strawberries as well, which I'm basically just going to dip the strawberries. I've got some that I'm going to make in my mess, and what we do is dip this in there.
I'm liking the look of this, Jane.
Now, your new tour starts